Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be making a video. So today we're going to do alternate future of the world. Except we're doing it a bit different. Not like the other ones, the old ones. Yeah, I used to watch them too. Yeah, and the reason there's this little alliance thing is because right at the start. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, there's no nukes, no alliances, no anything. Maybe, yeah, there's actually nukes. Yeah, but the reason there's this huge alliance is because they formed an alliance at the start. But just to say, if this isn't realistic, there's a reason why it's called alternate history, alternate future. Okay, it literally has a name, alternate. I don't mean that I'm mad at you think that. Like, yeah, sometimes it is kind of annoying, but I'm just doing this for fun. So yeah. So on with the video. So the first thing that's going to be happening is Russia annexing Belarus. Let's face it, it's definitely going to happen in real life. And the Nordics, they form a union. It's called the Nordic Jack. I don't know what it would be called. I'm bad with names, okay? I like this map. Oh yeah. These were supposed to be NATO before. The Nordic Jack seems pretty big, but it really isn't. And since the Arab League it was disbanded, they're gonna band it up back. Syria, Iraq, Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon, Kuwait, the whole shebang. And with a few new members too, since they need protection. Libya, Egypt. I'm not saying that Libya, Egypt, and all northern states they're new, but there's gonna be some new. Eritrea joins, not because they are actually Arab, but because they're defense and Arab is becoming popular in Eritrea, as I said. Remember. Another war happens, but hey, oh, well, look at that! Another war happens between Azerbaijan and Armenia. How beautiful! So, Azerbaijan. So Armenia starts declaring war on Azerbaijan, and they plan to get to the capital, which I think is right here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not know what Azerbaijan's capital is, but they take the exclave at, and they annex it. But then Azerbaijan gets their troops. Sorry if I power some countries that you don't like. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people that don't like it. But sorry. And Armenia, once again, I don't want to offend anybody. Sorry if this is getting annoying by now, but I kind of feel kind of paranoid. And Azerbaijan fully annexes Armenia. Once and for all, the Caucasus are peaceful again. Russia forms a union with Central Asia, with all of Central Asia except Kazakhstan, and the union is called the Union of Post-Soviet Countries, or UOPST. And because Kazakhstan didn't join, they declare war. They basically take a stand in like 4 days, and they're forced to join this weird alliance, and a bunch of their land is taken. And then I say a bunch and oh wait, what was this that sound? So at the treaty of at the treaty of Saint Peter's of at the treaty of Paris. Wow, another one. It is granted that Kazakhstan should join the UOP, whatever it was, and they'll be a puppet state of Russia, and half of their lands will be annexed. I don't know if this is half or not. So it's starting to look like Russia is getting a bit too strong. And but then there's a coup in Mexico. But then there's a revolution in Mexico. There's a revolution in Mexico, which is somehow crushed in a few days. Just somehow crushed in a few days. But and the government, and because people were surprised, people started working better because they finally found out that there was competent government. This was the new president election, yeah. But yeah, so they buy this, so they buy this land back from the USA. The USA says why not? Because right now it's just so useless. But I feel like in a few years it's gonna be like what Alaska was to Russia. But then it turns out that the new government is actually communist. It starts a communist union, the Union of Communist Republics, UCR. It isn't like the USSR. Yeah, I'm not communist, okay? But many communist countries join. Oh, the whole world has become communist. How great. Mexico, Cuba, and Vietnam all help out each other. Mexican invasion of Guatemala happens pretty quickly, but also angers the USA a lot. And when I say a lot, because Guatemala was America's main source of USA's main source of sugar, of powder. I'm not gonna say which powder. Okay. Of alcohol recently, because their alcohol business has been booming, and also Mexico annexed a bit of Belize. And this is probably what many think started the war between Mexico and America. So America declared war on Mexico and is sweeping them out. In just a few months, they're already down with half the country. But then Cuba invades Cuba. Turns out America didn't know about the Communist Pact. And worst of all, Cuba also invades Puerto Rico, which isn't really worst of all, I guess, to Americans. But still, it's a bad thing because America's getting invaded. But America promises them Puerto Rico if they declare peace. So they say yes. And Mexico surrenders. And the Mexican Empire just lasted a few days. For this empire lived on, Mexico has lived for 200 years. Not as long as America did, but it was like 20 years off. But also, because Cuba entered the war for no reason, also the the pact was not a defense pact. I'm just saying. They lost this part. In Guatemala gets this, while Belize gets this. They wanted Belize in to get in this new thing, and they're starting to consider calling it not Navy. How original. Am I right? A civil war breaks out in North Korea. As I said, this is probably the most realistic part of this whole thing. Sorry, North Korean lovers. I don't know why you love North Korea, but yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that red is the attacker and blue is the defender. So because the rebels were funded by Russia, USA, and a lot of people, they're easily taken out. But hearing about this, North Korea sends a nuke right about here. Because for some reason they thought that was the capital of America. So congrats, Korea. Congrats, North Korea. Woohoo! North Korea surrenders as they already know they lost. So why would they do? And they unite with South Korea for which joins the new club over here. Also, since Mexico doesn't even exist no more. Wait, what's going on down here? Since Mexico doesn't really exist no more, the club is disbanded. So yeah. But soon, wow, another Chinese civil war. You know why this happened? Because they were planning to invade Myanmar rebels who didn't want to invade, rose up finally against the government, which starts in Beijing and take Beijing in just a few days. Not because they were strong, but because they're freaking fast. But then China gets ready, and since everybody has China, they help out the rebels because they're doing a speed run on how to lose all your social credits. And one thing leads to another, and North Korea, Mongolia, and Taiwan. It's a real country. All declare war on China. And they're kind of quickly beaten. And they're kind of quickly beaten back. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Taiwan's been taken. North Korea's been basically taken back. And Mongolia has surrendered. But the rebels are still pretty quick and fast. And turns out Vietnamese troops pushed out there, and they're making little landings on this island. I don't remember what its name was. So, and the people on the island surrender. No. And Taiwan resistance groups rise up, and they take back all of Taiwan. This is not a particularly good situation, but hey, at least China has gone back Beijing, which I think is right over here. Sorry if I'm wrong. But then they're also encircled, and a bunch of their troops died, and also they're being pushed back in Korea. But hey, at least they got Beijing for one day. Oh yeah, and somehow even more. Oh yeah, and it turns out that Myanmar has declared war on them too. After hearing that they were going to declare war, and after 2 months, this happens. Wait. So I'm gonna leave it off for now because it's getting a bit long. But this is a pretty weird world map, right, guys? Right, yeah. Pretty weird. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Yemen's capitulated. Why not? And in the Treaty of Sana'a, Oman gets this part of Yemen, while Saudi Arabia gets the rest of Yemen. That's a pretty long boy. But for now, like and subscribe, and watch the next video. If you do, you're pretty good. Peace! Also, I'm gonna do a vote. Tell me in the comments, should China surrender? Yeah or nah? Tell me.